what I want to talk about in this section are some of the things, some of the things that the clients, some of the objections they're going to bring up. For example, I tried radio or television once and it didn't work. I got to tell you that this is not a statement of fact. This is a statement of ignorance, and there's a big difference between stupid and ignorant. Ignorance, I'm ignorant about 99.99% of the things going on in this world. It doesn't mean I'm stupid. Ignorance is just a lack of education. So by educating people, then the ignorance goes away, and the more educated they are, the more they're likely to buy from you. So, objections are a good thing, but if someone says something like, I tried radio and television once and it didn't work, let me tell you what that means. That means that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or all 5 of the following things had to go wrong, because the medium itself is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the medium. It's simply a platform of people who are attracted to the fact that you entertain people, you inform people with your station. That draws people. Don't have to be number 1. We'll talk about that. But if someone says, I tried it once and it didn't work, then 1 or all 5 or some of these 5 things had to go wrong. 1, wrong demographic. People are fishing in the wrong pond, and you and I both know that somewhere right now, someone who owns a bunch of skateboard shops is being told to advertise on the Glenn Beck Show. I mean, would that make sense? I don't think so. I don't think that would make sense at all. Second problem, if somebody says, I tried it and it didn't work. What the problem was is they're not fishing in the right pond, maybe, by using the wrong demographic, a station or program that doesn't work for them. Also, they're not casting bait often enough in that pond to attract any real fish. You got to think about this, folks. According to Advertising Age magazine, the average person in this country right now is being exposed to a minimum of 5,000 commercial impressions a day. 5,000. That's a lot of clutter out there. So you gotta reach out there if you want to touch these folks, and you've got to fish and cast good bait often enough for the people to see or hear and break through that clutter. So a lot of times people the budget is abysmally small, and they can't really do any fishing with that small a budget. What I recommend that salespeople do is, instead of asking for $2,500 a month, get into a position where you start asking for that much a week. We'll talk about that more on down the line, but you're asking for that amount a week instead of a month. The client has got to run with good frequency. I'd err on the side of caution in that respect. The third problem, the reason someone would say, I tried it and it didn't work, horrible creative, horrible, terrible creative that doesn't sell. In some cases, worse. It offends people more than attracts them. But the creative is not doing the things creative needs to do. We'll, like I said, go deeply into creative in this series. The fourth problem, marketing problems, that the client had pre-existing marketing problems before the campaign ever started. Yes, Paul, you see, I've come up with this great idea. It's this prescription windshield for your car so you don't have to wear glasses when you drive anymore. What? That's a terrible idea. It's a horrible idea. I think it'd be good for you, but I think it'd scare the hell out of the other passengers in the car. Whoa! People coming from the opposite direction. My God, did you see the size of that guy's head? It was huge. Marketing problems. And then last, the reason someone would say, I tried it once and it didn't work. Mismanaged expectations about results. They thought that just because they placed a little money on your station, that they should have a line of people at their door, 100 long, and that's not going to happen unless the client's giving away something of tremendous value. You don't see things like that happen unless it's a real event or unless something really incredible is happening. So we learn a way to manage the client's expectations about results so that they wouldn't say that. I've had clients that had all 5 of these things go wrong at the same time. You know what number 6 is? Boom! You might as well kill yourself. Do you know why? Because if you don't, Walmart's going to do it for you. So this objection, I tried it once and it didn't work. You just got to peel into this and start removing those layers of onion. Really? When you say it didn't work, you mean, which is a process I call mirroring, and then I just let them, when you say it didn't work, you mean, and then I let them finish the sentence, and then I start, I'm an investigator. I'm trying to figure out what the heck went wrong. Usually, I find they didn't spend enough money, or the creative idea is terrible, or their expectations about results were completely mismanaged. One of those things. When we come back, we'll talk more about typical broadcast objections, why they're wonderful, and how to answer them.